We're sitting here with Mr. and Mrs. Boyd in their beautiful new home here, and I guess this is called Seneca.
Yes.
It's kind of
Carolina.
a little bit out of the downtown area. Nice area out here. Going to interview these guys. Want to get you guys a feel for what the recruiting process is like from a parent's point of view for one of the top players in the whole country. First off, let's start with you, Mr. Boyd. What was the process like for you, and how hectic was it the last week or two?
Well, it was pretty hectic, but at the same time, it was more or less like Taj's decision on what school he wanted to go to. So we was basically leaving it up to him. With the schools that he had narrowed it down from Oregon to Ohio State and Clemson. As far as him choosing Oregon, it was kind of scary because, we knew it was a long way away, and how we'll be able to see him play, or from a support standpoint, how we'll be there for him. But to the point where he was real high on Oregon, and like I said, the bottom line was it was going to be his decision if he would have choose a school like that. And as far as Ohio State, it was 7 hours away from Virginia, and we was thinking about the weather and things like that. So he was very high on his list, but, in a sense, we kind of knew he was going to kind of choose Clemson, and it was more or less we was very supportive of him, regardless of what school he was going to go to.
All right, we'll switch over here to Mrs. Boyd. You guys were one of the families that you guys didn't shut the media off. A lot of families, especially a kid like Taj that's getting all those calls, that kind of shut the media off a little bit. You guys took our calls and talked to everybody. How hectic was it with the phone ringing, and did the phone just ring all day long, or what was that like for you?
Well, the phone did ring a lot, and at sometimes I would tell Taj it's his decision, but he should shut it down sometime to give him a chance to think about things, his future. One time, Taj's phone beeped for about an hour straight during a visit with Clemson coaches, Ohio State coaches, Oregon. It kept ringing and buzzing. He would have 20 missed calls from athletes all over the country. It was just it was overwhelming to me as a mother. So in the last 2 weeks, I kind of said, Taj, it's your decision. You just go for it, because I'm just going to step away, because we didn't know what to believe, because at times a coach would visit us and then the next week they would be fired. And then at times we would meet with another coach, turn around, he was gone. So it became a factor of who do you believe.
All right. Tell me a little bit. Obviously, Clemson came into the picture a little bit late. Started, I think, recruiting Taj in December. Tell me a little bit about what that first meeting was like when Dabo, you and I have talked about this before, Dabo came to the house, and tell us a little bit about how that meeting went and what kind of impact that had on his ultimate decision.
When I initially talked to Coach Napier on the phone, and he said, I'm telling you, Miss Carla, he always calls me Miss Carla. Miss Carla, come and take a visit. I'm telling you, if y'all visit Clemson, you won't regret it. It's Taj's last visit. And there are times when I wouldn't answer the phone because I wasn't sure what Taj wanted to do. So we did take the visit, and then Coach Sweeney made that one that he can make to each athlete's home. Coach Sweeney, Coach Pierman, and we knew him from Maryland, and Coach Napier came. And Coach Sweeney had some kind of spirit in my dining room that I couldn't explain. When he looked us in the eye and said he will give Taj a fair shot at quarterback. We sat for a while. He was energetic, very nice coaching staff, but it was something about Coach Sweeney as a mom that I believed that he would make sure Taj get a chance to get on the football field if he worked hard. So when Coach Sweeney left, I liked him, but I didn't want Taj to go on the decision based on the way I felt. I wanted him to make the decision on his own. So Taj, he soaked it up. He soaked up everything from all the schools, and it became real hectic down to the last 24 hours.
All right. Mr. Boyd, I heard some stories about, your reaction when Coach Sweeney talked about his upbringing and the kind of the life that he's gone through to get to the point he's at now. Talk to us a little bit about what kind of impression that had on you.
Well, it's a story where you just it basically will make you shed a little tears, and it mainly it kind of like relates to just a regular person that wasn't given nothing in life, and basically you had to earn everything that that you had. And I kind of like that reminds me of Taj in a certain way, because the way he was brought up in far as earning basically everything that he's got right now. I mean, he wasn't given a position like a youth would, a father would, as a coach or something, would give his son as as a kid playing football. I mean, he earned everything from playing on the offensive lineman when he wanted to quit, at 7, 8 years old, to being third string quarterback on a little league team, and me telling him how how hard that long as he kept sticking with it and kept working, that basically he can be one of the a quarterback, and not only a quarterback but being a top quarterback. I mean, I seen things, Taj, by working with him growing up. I seen things that I didn't really see in a young kid, which was dedication and determination. And I basically told him that you don't want to be a area or a state player. You want to be a national player. And I mean, it's like a storybook ending to this situation. And it just reminded me of Coach Sweeney, how he was a walk-on at the University of Alabama, to the point where he was just a wide receiver coach here, and just he actually got a shot at being a head coach. And it kind of like stuck with me and brought tears to my eyes when I heard that story.